Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. We'll go ahead and begin. I appreciate everyone being here today as we prepare to share some of the things we're doing as a school system to keep our families and students and employees safe during COVID-19. My name is Lindsay Whitley. I'm the Associate Superintendent for Communications and Community Engagement. Joining me this morning is the entire cabinet, including our superintendent, Dr. Marvin Connolly Jr. We also have our board attorney, Nick Soika. We have Joe Desiremore, who's with us, our Associate Superintendent of Auxiliary Services. We have Betty Musselwhite, our Associate Superintendent of Student or School Support. We have Dr. Stacy Wilson Norman, our Chief Academic Officer. We also have Beth Maynard, our Executive Director of Child Nutrition. Joining me, Dr. Mary Black, Associate Superintendent of Student Services. And we also have Ruben Reyes, our Associate Superintendent of Human Resources. So we have everyone here so we can answer all of your questions and just share some of the things we're doing as a school system. In keeping with Governor Cooper's executive order that all public schools close effective Monday, March 16th, and directives issued by DPI, we have put in several measures to ensure that we continue to do that and what's in the best interest of our staff, students, and community that we serve each and every day. Today, families and parents and students may drop by schools from 9 a.m. until noon to retrieve any personal belongings, medications, and other things that might have been left at the school previously. So at this time, I will give over to Dr. Connolly.
Good morning. We have an expression, tumbling strong. That expression is used in the school system, but certainly is also used in our community. Here in Cumberland County, we are indeed tumbling strong. In light of Governor Cooper's executive order and the recommendations from health officials, we are working expeditiously to keep our students and employees safe from the spread of COVID-19. While we realize that our students will not receive face-to-face classroom instruction for the next 2 weeks, we're confident that with the support of our parents and our teleworking educators, coming at home will keep our students moving in the right direction. Any guidance on administering and recovering the learning that may be lost during a potential closing will come from the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. Our top priority is safety and well-being of our students, staff, and community. I want to commend our team of educators and staff and our community for the tremendous work to pull together educational resources, meal plans, and communications, put it all together at a moment's notice to support our students and staff. Let me say that this is an opportunity for our strategic plan to be in action at its best. So what you see happening is successful students eager about learning remotely. Premier professionals operating helplines and engaging in learning and professional development remotely. Exceptional environment. Our custodians put forth extra effort to sanitize and clean our buildings. And a committed community. Community willing to help feed, volunteering, and above all with the county, the city, our local municipalities, and our health director here in Cumberland County. You are seeing collaboration at its best. We thank you for turning now to Joe Desiremore.
We know that many students depend on the meals they receive at school for nourishment. Children ages 18 and younger will be eligible for meals. Children are not required to be Cumberland County School students. Children do not have to be present when parents/guardians are picking up the meals. When picking up lunch for the current day, a breakfast for the following day will also be provided. The curbside pickup of meals will be available between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. at various school locations throughout the county. We continue to partner with community partners to add new locations. Beginning tomorrow, we will begin offering meals at the Fuller Rec Center and Spring Lake Rec Center. We are working on additional locations that we will probably be using our yellow buses to deliver meals to those locations. A complete listing is on the Cumberland County Schools website and will be continuously updated as new sites are identified. With that, next I'll turn it to Dr. Wilson Norman, who will tell us more about Cumberland at Home, a remote learning opportunity for students.
We're excited to launch Cumberland at Home, which allows students to continue learning beyond the classroom. Assignments will be completed virtually for our high school students via Google Classroom and paper pencil for our students in grades pre-K through 8. These materials are review materials supplementary to what they've already learned. This will deepen and continue their learning around concepts in which they've already been taught. Students are in the process of receiving some materials now during their pickup day. Elementary students are receiving hard copies if they visit the schools for pickup. Middle school will receive hard copies as well. And for high school students, we will utilize Google Classroom for our students, CCS Google email accounts to assign work relevant to the student's coursework, or our LMS system, Canvas. We also will continue to update everything on our Cumberland Home website so families are able to access our information electronically as well. Select high school for credit courses. Students who are currently enrolled in for-credit learning through NCVPS, dual enrollment, or other online platforms such as Connexus and GradPoint will continue their work. And we're working closely with those students to ensure that they have digital access. That we also have support for our students while they're involved in Cumberland at Home. Teacher support will be available for all of our students between 9 a.m. and 12 virtually. Our teachers will respond to emails as families and students make contact with them, or Classroom Dojo if that's the process in which they use, or Remind. Staff will respond to all requests in a timely manner. Additionally, we have hotline support, so families are able to call in for virtual support on our hotlines. You can view our schedule on our CCS website. Additional Cumberland Home locations are with the meal pickup sites, and we'll continue to update that as our sites are updated. We're working closely with the Cumberland County Library, also the Housing Authority, and we're working closely with some local churches. Next, we'll hear from Ruben to share the telework plan for staff.
Good morning. In keeping with the recommendations from health experts on limiting the spread of COVID-19, we are using social distancing. All Cumberland County Schools employees will have the opportunity to telework from home. Teleworking will minimize exposure to infected individuals as we adhere to the space requirements and attempt to avoid large public gatherings. As Dr. Wilson Norman shared, teachers will have office hours daily from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. to communicate with students and parents, either via email or other communication protocols that they've used throughout the year. All of our office-based staff members will be available to return calls through voicemails, we'll be checking emails, and we'll be working remotely utilizing web-based tools as well as VPN access if they have that available to them. For more information and additional updates, we ask that everyone visit www.cumberland@home.ccs.k12.nc.us.
So we know that this is a change for our students, our staff members, and everyone working from home, completing schoolwork from home, and we're thankful to have our student services team. They prepared a hotline to support our students and their families. During a typical school day, students have access to a variety of experts and specialists in our student services department, including counselors and social workers and psychologists and nurses and a variety of other individuals These staff members assist our students with their social, emotional concerns. So we anticipate some students may have some questions and that they want addressed and may experience some anxiety and stress related to the school closure. And so as a school system, we're offering a hotline for those students to call in. Of course, we want to say if it's an emergency, they would need to call 911. But if a student has a question or concern, we're also posting that information about the hotline on the CCS website. I will say that at ccs.k12.nc.us, we've taken the time to really just put every single category of support for COVID-19 so that parents can find it easily. There are buttons on the right-hand side of the website that will guide everyone to the support that they need. Once again, our top priority remains the safety and well-being of our students, staff, and community. And we just really appreciate everyone, our professionals, our committed community, working together to support our students. We remain Cumberland strong. So check our website, check our social media. That will be the best ways to find up-to-date information. With that, we will entertain any questions you may have.
In a perfect world, the school system, parents would just take their kids to school, they would eat lunch and breakfast at the school. You provided an opportunity for the parents to pick up meals at the schools between 11 and 1. What provisions are being made for students who don't have transportation and parents who still have to go to work, who can't get away from work to pick up meals between that time out?
Yeah.
Thank you. That is an excellent question. We are currently working on establishing delivery routes that will start tomorrow. We're trying to get closer to the kids that are unable to get to those established school sites for distribution. Whatever care providers are in custody of the kids during the day while the parents are work, they're at liberty to stop by and pick up meals for the kids. But again, we're doing our best to try to get closer to children. We're working with our school social workers who have provided us an established list of where there are homeless kids, pockets of homeless kids, and we're developing a yellow bus route to drop off meals at designated times. My staff is currently continuing to work with our transportation department on that. The yellow buses are highly visible, so if you see a yellow bus rolling in the next few days, they should have, in Cumberland County, they should have meals on them. And so we'll stop, we'll allow the opportunity for them to, we'll offer pretty much curbside where we hand kids, if they're walking up, we hand them and encourage them to take them immediately back to their home.
So just to follow up, there's a plan right now to deliver at a time other than between 11 and 1, earlier where kids would normally be getting ready to go to school or parents would be taking kids to school?
Our focus is still 11 to 1, not earlier. We hadn't actually worked on a plan for earlier. We want the meals to be fresh and hot. We want them to have 2 meals every day. So we'll be, when they pick up meals today, they will get a hot lunch and we'll give them a breakfast that they can put in the refrigerator and have that tomorrow morning. So our plan is to accommodate them in the morning to ensure they have a meal, and then another opportunity to pick up during the day.
And I might add there with that, as you see, we have already added additional sites. We reached out to the mayor of Spring Lake, Mayor Dobbins, and we're opening a site at the Community Rec Center in Spring Lake. We have a lot of children can walk their places and pick up their meal. So there'll be 2 sites in Spring Lake. Also, we reached out to the Lewis Chapel Baptist Church, and we'll be using the Florida Recreation Center because there is a concentration of children in that community. So as the need arises, we'll be adjusting to add additional sites as needed.
And thoughts for Fort Bragg. We take care of Fort Bragg students as well. They have to come off post. Any provisions or communication being made with Fort Bragg to take care of students who have to stay on post?
Primarily the Spring Lake area, but as the need arises, we'll work with the Fort Bragg staff to provide support to those children as well.
If this drags on longer than March 30th, the school closure, is this online system of learning something that could help people graduate? Like to say it goes on till the end of the year where schools are closed, God forbid.
What I would say is it is an ever-evolving situation. And right now, this is our short and midterm plan. If it goes lower, then we'll make adjustments as necessary. But any waivers and things like that will come from the state, the governor, and the Department of Public Instruction will give us guidance on those issues.
The district has worked hard to roll out Cumberland at Home. What about students who don't have computers at home?
So at the high school level, Mr. Norman has addressed it, we have provided Wi-Fi, laptops for all of our high school students who need it. And that's why we have the package for our pre-K to 8 students. Do you want to say more about that?
That all of our students who need digital access, we received a Sprint grant, so we have been able to provide mobile devices and connectivity. And any student that is in need, we have a survey online, and they just let us know either I have connectivity, but I need a device, or I have a device and I need connectivity. And our hotlines will be available to address any student who's not able to remain connected.
So just to be clear, you guys are giving out laptops and Wi-Fi's to each student that need it?
We're giving out laptops and Wi-Fi to students who have to continue in first-time credit courses. So where new learning is continuing, we're giving Wi-Fi to all of those students. For other students, we used our grant to give them a mobile device and connectivity, which they should already have that for our high school students.
But let me emphasize that this learning is primarily not new learning, it's supplemental learning.
So what about those students that are in the K through 8th grade that have trouble accessing the website and difficulties? Are you going to give examples on how to go through the whole process?
Yes, we have some plans in place to do some tutorials. We'll be posting some videos on YouTube. We'll be going Facebook Live. We'll be featuring our chief academic officer and her team to just do some quick, demos and really answer people's questions. And I think Dr. Wilson-Norman also has some hotlines and other things set up that she can tell us more about.
Yes, we will have hotlines that will be answered every day. And so students that need additional support or parents that need clarification in helping their students, an academics team will be available to provide that support to families because we recognize not everyone has digital access.
What do you need from parents? What do you need them to tell you that they're having struggles with?
We just want everyone to take advantage of the resources we're putting out there, and we're making available hotlines if they have questions. And so we understand everyone's situation is different, and so we just are here to help them. And if they have questions about the meal sites, if they have questions about Cumberland at Home, we're continuing over the next several or couple of weeks to push out that information. And we just want parents to feel free to ask questions. Many of them email our Facebook inbox. They can call the hotline. We're just here to support them during this time.
And we will be pushing out messages to parents via telephone as well with the updates that we have. But right now, what we need parents to primarily focus on is taking care of their children. Take care of their children, make sure they have proper supervision, and let us worry about instruction. But again, I can't emphasize that as a committed community, the school system, the county, the city, municipalities, and parents, we're all in this together. We're humbly and strong, and we'll get through this.
And lastly, for me here, well, this is my last question. What about the pay for not only teachers, but custodians and all the folks who support the school system who depend on a paycheck? Are they going to get paid?
Yes. All of our staff will continue to get paid. All staff are working remotely. So we've given alternative types of activities, and we've changed some assignments of folks to really reflect the ability to continue to work remotely. And so over the next 2 weeks, that's kind of what we're planning. We're awaiting additional guidance from the governor's office as well as DPI. But we've ensured our staff that they will continue to get paid during this time.
And do you have the financial resources to continue that if this does extend into April?
A little bit unsure, depending on what the plan is from the Department of Public Instruction as well as legislatively. As Dr. Conley said, we're kind of taking them in small chunks of time, and we do know that at least through the executive order, we're going to be able to work remotely and continue to pay our staff.
Are you guys doing any extra cleaning while the kids are out of school now? Is there any?
Not at this time. As we said before, as many people as we can are working from home, and the health department, CDC at this time has not recommended anything more than our general cleaning that we've been doing.
Will principals still have to show up to school, or assistant principals? Who's showing up at this point?
No one will be showing up in general. We have principals working remotely as well as assistant principals working remotely. So for the most part, we want everyone to telework.
I just have two questions. Is there any daycare help for, like, say you have a single mom who needs to work, but her kid's at home now? Any help being offered for those type of situations? And then what are the biggest challenges right now? I know when we talked Friday, we weren't even sure if schools were going to have to close, and now you're having to scramble and get all this into place. So if you just want to talk about the challenges of that.
Yeah, the state is working on a unified and coordinated plan to support the child care needs, and so we will be available to support the state plan once they roll that out. They are primarily focused on the health child care needs of emergency workers, hospital staff, and make that provision. But then we'll work with the state to support whatever is needed there. But we will not try to operate one by ourselves. And what was the second question?
If anyone just wants to summarize, you know, the challenges of having to scramble and get all this together with students and staff.
Yeah. Well, certainly there have been some things we've had to refine, but fortunately here in Cumberland County, we already had a teleworking agreement. Our academics team was already working on remote learning. So much of it was a matter of putting some fuel behind efforts that we had already started. But there's some things we've learned along the way and having to make some adjustments. So things we had ideas about have now come to reality. And so we've had to hustle in that regard. But some of these things we had already been thinking about. And for us here in the Sand Hills, with the last two hurricanes, some of this we experienced on a small scale. So now we have to ramp up those things that we did on a small scale. So thank you very much.
Let me ask you one question. How many students are under the school system?
We have a little more than 50,000 students.
50,000? How many of them are high school students?
And I tell you. Unless everybody knows, right? You know.
It's going to be between 11 and 12,000. I can get the number back.
We can send you the number following the conference. Any additional questions?
So in elementary, we have around 23,769 students, middle 11,491, high school 15,063. Those are estimates because your evidence flows through that.
Do you foresee this, Dr. Conley, going beyond March 30th?
I have no idea how long it will persist, but however long it persists, in collaboration with the federal government, the state government, our local authorities, Cumberland County Schools will remain publicly strong, and we will persist through it, and we'll be as resilient as we can.
Any more questions? Thank everybody for being here. We certainly will keep in touch with you. We'll send periodic updates. I will also send a phone line where you can call for media inquiries throughout the closure of schools. We also have a media opportunity following this press conference at Walker Spivey. If you would like to have an opportunity to get some video of that or to drop by there, a few of our communication staff as well as some of our child nutrition staff will be there to speak with you. So that's an opportunity for you. Anything we can do for you, please reach out. Thank you again.
And then let me say that our Board of Education is committed to ensuring that our students and families are successful. As you know, they have rating policy and granted some authority to make some decisions. So our board is fully committed to ensuring that our students and families have what they need. Yeah. Also, we have one of our board members here this morning, Mr. Joe Solis, who is here this morning as well.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.